Good evening. This is the Man in Black. I'm called the Man in Black because I have an aversion to light. I'm here in the studio tonight to present you to a woman who's seen into the very darkest side of human nature. The mean, the thoughtless, the hatefulness that leads to murder. Tonight, from San Diego, we present an actress who we found in the very dark and dreary eucalyptus groves of Rancho Santa Fe. Ms. Ruth Godley appears in A Study of Terror, written by Lucille Fletcher, titled Sorry, Wrong Number, about an unfortunate predicament involving the telephone company and the police. This tale is not for the squeamish. Listen in at your own risk.
Operator, I've been trying to call Murray Hill 40098 for the last half hour, and it's been busy. I don't see how it could possibly be busy that long. Can you try that number for me, please?
I'll be glad to try that number for you. One moment, please.
I don't see how it could be busy all that time. It's my husband's office, and I'm all alone here in the house. My health is very poor, and I've been feeling so nervous all day.
Ringing Murray Hill 40098.
Hello?
Hello? Is Mr. Stevenson there?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Georgie?
Yes,
Yes,
this is Georgie speaking.
Hello? Who is this? What number am I calling, please?
I'm here with our client.
Oh, good. Is the coast clear for tonight? Is everything okay?
Yes, Georgie. The coast is clear for tonight.
Oh, okay.
Where are you now?
I'm in a phone booth. Don't worry. Everything's okay.
Very well. You know the address?
Yeah, I understand. Let's see. At 11 o'clock, the private patrolman goes around the corner to 2nd Avenue for a beer.
Right, 11 o'clock. Make sure all of the lights downstairs are out.
Okay.
Only one light should be able to be seen from the street.
Okay.
What's that? Hold on a second, Georgie. Okay. Our client says the train crosses a bridge at 11:15. It makes a noise in case a window's open and she should scream.
What number am I calling, please?
Okay. So the train comes at the 11:15 train, right?
Right. Remember everything else?
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll make it quick. Because I know our client does not wish to make her suffer.
Right. You'll use a knife?
Yes, a knife. Don't worry. Afterwards, I'll remove the bracelets and the rings, and the jewelry from the bureau drawer to make it look like a simple robbery. Don't worry. Everything's okay.
Oh, how unspeakably awful. How awful. Operator?
Your number, please.
Operator, I've just been cut off.
What number were you calling?
Well, operator, it was supposed to be Murray Hill 40098, but it wasn't. Some wires must have gotten crossed, and I was cut into a wrong number. And I overheard the most dreadful thing about a murder, and you've got to trace that call immediately, operator.
I beg your pardon? How may I help you?
I mean, I know it was a wrong number, and I have no business listening in, but these people, they're cold-blooded fiends. They're going to murder this woman tonight at 11:15. We've got to stop them. We've got to stop them.
What number are you dialing?
It doesn't matter what number I was dialing. This was a wrong number, and you dialed it for me. And we've got to stop them. We got to retrace that call. We just got to retrace it.
What number did you call?
Oh, why are you so stupid? What time is it? Do you mean to tell me that you can't track down the number you just dialed?
I'll connect you to the chief operator.
Oh, it's perfectly shameful. Obviously, it was just a little slip of the finger. I asked you to dial Murray Hill 40098, and you did, but your finger slipped, and I was connected to the wrong number. I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. Now, I fail to see why you can't make the same careless mistake again on purpose. Just call Murray Hill 40098 in the same careless fashion.
Murray Hill 40098. I will try to get it for you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Operator.
Murray Hill 40098 is busy. Your call, please.
Operator, you didn't even try to dial that wrong number, and I asked you to explicitly. All you did was dial correctly.
I am sorry. What number are you calling?
Could you forget about what number I'm calling for just a minute and help me? I want to trace this call. It's my civic duty, and it's your civic duty to trace this call and apprehend these killers. And if you won't...
I will connect you with the chief operator.
Oh, well, please.
This is the chief operator.
Chief operator, I want to trace a call, a telephone call, immediately. I don't know who was talking, and I don't know where it came from, but it's absolutely necessary that we track down this call, because it was about a murder that's going to be committed tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Oh, so you can trace the call? You can track down these people?
Well, I'm not certain. It depends.
It depends on what.
It depends on whether the call is still going on. If it's a live call, we can trace it with the equipment. If it's been disconnected, we can't.
Disconnected?
If the parties stop talking to each other.
Oh, of course they stopped talking to each other. This was 5 minutes ago. They didn't seem like the type who would stay on the phone and talk for very long.
Well, I could try tracing it. May I have your name, please?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson. But listen,
And your telephone number, please?
Plaza 32099. But if you go on wasting all this time...
Why do you want the call traced?
Why? Oh, no reason. I simply felt very strongly that something ought to be done about it. These people are dangerous. They're cold-blooded killers. They're going to murder this woman at 11:15. I thought the police would want to know.
Have you reported this to the police?
Well, no, not yet.
You want this call checked purely as a private individual?
Yes, but meanwhile...
I'm sorry, Mrs. Stevenson. I'm afraid we're going to make this check for you and trace the call just on your say-so.
Well,
as a
why?
private individual.
Why not?
We need something more official.
For heaven's sake. You mean to tell me that I can't report there's going to be a murder without getting tied up in all this red tape? Oh, this is stupid. Very well, very well. I'll call the police.
I'm sure that would be the best way to deal with it.
Oh, ridiculous. Utter nonsense.
Your call, please.
Police department. Get me the police department, please.
Ringing the police department.
Can't you ring them direct?
Police Station 43, Sergeant Martin speaking.
Police department. This is Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Smythe Stevenson, of 5353 North Sutton Place. I'm calling to report a murder. I mean, the murder hasn't been committed yet, but I overheard the plans for it over the telephone, over a wrong number the operator gave you. I've been trying to trace the call myself, but people are so stupid. And I guess in the end, you're the only people who could really do anything anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a perfectly definite murder. I overheard the plans very distinctly. These people were talking, and they're going to murder this woman tonight at 11:15. She lives in a house near a bridge. Are you listening to me?
Yeah. Oh, yes, ma'am.
And there's a private patrolman on the street who's going to take a break and get a beer around the corner on 2nd Avenue. And there's a third party, a client, who's paying to have this woman murdered. They're going to take her rings and her bracelets and use a knife. And this whole thing has upset me dreadfully. And I'm not well.
Yes, I see. When was all said and done?
About 8 minutes ago. So you understand, you can help me.
What's your name, madam?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson.
And your phone number?
Plaza 32099. And I live at 53 North Sutton Place. That's near a bridge. It's near the Queensboro Bridge. And there's a private patrolman on my street. And I'm not very far from 2nd Avenue.
Ma'am, what number were you trying to reach?
Murray Hill 40098, but that wasn't the number I overheard. Murray Hill 40098 is my husband's office. He's working late tonight, and I wanted to reach him so that he would come home because I'm an invalid and I'm all alone, and it's the maid's night off, and he says as long as I have the telephone here by my bed.
Well, ma'am, we'll look into it, and we'll try and contact the phone company,
The
so...
phone company, they already told me that if the call's not going on any longer, they can't trace it. I've already taken care of that.
No, you have.
Yes, and I think that this calls for something more immediate and more drastic than tracing a phone call. What good's it gonna do if they stop talking? By the time you track them down, they will have already committed this murder.
Oh, don't worry about it, ma'am. We'll look into it.
I say this thing calls for a search, a complete and thorough search of the entire city. I live near a bridge, and I'm not very far from 2nd Avenue. And I know I'd feel a whole lot better if you had the radio cars out in my neighborhood.
Well, what makes you think the murder's gonna occur in your neighborhood, ma'am?
Well, no reason except those coincidences. 2nd Avenue, the private patrolman, the bridge.
Well, ma'am, 2nd Avenue's a very long street, and you know how many bridges there are in New York City alone, not to mention Staten Island, and Queens, and the Bronx, and Brooklyn.
I know all that.
How do you know it isn't some little house in Staten Island on some little 2nd Avenue that you never even heard of? How do you know it's in New York at all?
I heard it on the New York dialing system.
Suppose you overheard a long-distance call.
No.
Ma'am, telephones are funny things. Suppose you had dialed and hadn't gotten the wrong number. Suppose you had gotten your husband like you always do. You wouldn't be so upset now, would you?
Well, I suppose not. But they sounded so cold-blooded, so inhuman.
Ma'am, a lot of murders are planned in this city every day, and we try to prevent most of them. But a clue as vague as this is almost as useless as no clue at all.
But surely you could...
Ma'am, unless of course you think the call was a phony and somebody's trying to plan to kill you.
Me? No. No. I don't think so. Why would they? I'm alone all day and all night. The only person I ever see is my maid, Eloise. She's a big 200-pounder. She's too lazy to bring my breakfast tray up. The only other person is Albert. And he's crazy about me. He adores me. He's waited on me hand and foot ever since I took ill 12 years ago.
Well, in that case, you have nothing to worry about. Don't worry, we'll take care of it.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do? It's so late already. It's almost 11.
We'll take care of it, lady.
Will you broadcast it all over the city? Will you send out your squads? Will you make sure your radio cars are looking out in neighborhoods like mine that are especially suspicious?
I said we'll take care of it, lady. Now, I've got some urgent matters on my desk to attend to, so, I hope you and goodbye.
Oh, you idiot! Why hang up like that? Oh, he's gonna think I'm a fool. If only Albert would come home. If only Albert would come. I'll try that operator again.
Your call, please.
Operator, for heaven's sake, will you you try Murray Hill 40098 for me again, one more time?
I will try it for you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Murray Hill 40098 is
I
busy.
can hear it. You don't have to tell me. I know it's busy. Oh, if only I could get out of this bed. If only I could get a breath of fresh air. Or go to the window and look out on the street. Hello, Albert? Hello? Hello? What's wrong with this phone? Hello? Hello? For heaven's sake, who's calling me? Hello? Hello? Who's calling me? What are they doing it for?
Your call, please.
Operator, I don't know what's wrong with my phone, but it's driving me absolutely crazy. It's the most miserable and inefficient service I've ever had to deal with. The whole city could get murdered for all you care. Now look, I am a sick woman and I'm very nervous and I shouldn't be upset like this.
What seems to be the trouble?
Everything's wrong. I haven't had any satisfaction out of a single solitary phone call I've made all night. And now, my phone keeps ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing every 5 seconds. But when I pick it up, there's nobody there.
I'm sorry. If you will hang up, I will try it for you.
I don't want you to try it. I want you to put the call through, whatever it is, at once.
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
Why? Why can't you?
The dial system is automatic. If someone is trying to dial your number, there is no way to check whether the call is coming from the system or not, unless the person who is trying to reach you complains to his particular operator.
Of all the stupid. You mean I just have to sit here in bed suffering every time that phone rings, imagining everything?
I will try to check the trouble.
Check it, check it.
For you, ma'am.
Oh, what's the use talking to you? You're so stupid. Now fix her. How dare she talk to me like that? How dare she talk to me like that?
Your call, please.
Young woman, I don't know your name, but there are ways to find these things out. And I'm going to report you for the most insufferable, unpardonable rudeness I've ever had the privilege to. Oh, give me the business department immediately.
You may dial that number direct.
Dial it direct. I'll do no such thing. I don't even have the number.
The number is in the directory, or you may secure it by dialing information.
Oh, listen here, you. Oh, for heaven's sake! I'm going out of my mind! Hello? Who is this? Answer me! What are you doing this for? Why are you calling me? Do you know you're driving me absolutely crazy? Now you gotta stop it! Stop it, stop it, stop it! If you don't stop it, I'm gonna call the police! Let it ring. Let it ring. I'm not gonna answer it. It could ring all night. I'm just not gonna answer it. Not gonna answer it. It stopped. Why did it stop? What time is it? Oh, it's 5 to 11. They've decided something. They know I'm home. They've heard me answering on the telephone. That's why they've been calling me. Where is she? Why doesn't she answer me? Why doesn't she answer me?
Your call, please.
Where were you just now? Why didn't you answer? Give me the police department.
I will call you when it's available.
The line can't be busy. It's the police department. They've got to have more than one line.
The line is busy. I will try to get them for you later.
I got to talk to somebody now. Later will be too late. I got to talk to someone.
What number do you wish to speak to?
I don't know. If the police can't protect you, who do you call? Get me a detective agency.
You will find agencies listed in the classified directory.
I don't have a classified directory. I mean, I'm too nervous to use one. I don't know how to look it up.
I will connect you with information. Perhaps she will be able to help you.
Oh, you're just being spiteful. You don't care what happens to me. I could die for all you care. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Who is this? Why are you calling me? You've got to stop!
Hello, is this Plaza 32099?
Yes, this is Plaza 32099.
This is Western Union. I have a telegram here from Mrs. Elbert Stevenson. Is there anyone there to receive the message?
Mrs. Stevenson. The telegram is as follows. Mrs. Elbert Stevenson, 53 North Sutton Place, New York, New York. Darling, terribly sorry. Leaving for work on urgent business at 11 p.m. tonight. Tried to reach you all night, but line busy. Back tomorrow afternoon. Keep happy. Signed, Love, Elbert.
Oh,
Would you like us to deliver a copy of the message?
no, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Good night. Oh, I don't believe it. It's got to be some kind of trick. It's got to be some kind of trick. Nobody knows that I'm home alone. I know it. I'll get that operator.
Your number, please?
Operator, will you please try that Murray Hill 40098 number for me just once more?
You may dial that number direct.
Oh. Oh, 44998. Oh, he's gone. Oh, Albert, how could you? How could you? Oh, I can't be alone tonight. I can't be alone just one more minute. I'll go crazy if I have to be alone. I'm a sick woman. I deserve consideration. I don't care what he says. I don't care how much it costs.
This is information. May I help you?
The number for Henchley Hospital, please.
Henchley Hospital. Do you have the street address?
It's somewhere in the upper 70s. It's a small, private, exclusive hospital. I had my appendix taken out there 2 years ago. Henchley Hospital. That's Henchley.
One moment, please.
Oh, hey, would you hurry? Could you please tell me what time it is?
You may find out the time by dialing Meridian 71212.
Oh, for heaven's sake, I don't have time to dial.
The number of Henchley Hospital is Butterfield 89970.
Henchley Hospital?
Henchley Hospital.
Nurses Registry.
Who is it that you want to speak to?
I want to talk to the nurses registry immediately. I want to hire a trained nurse. I want to hire her for the night immediately.
I see. What is the nature of the case, madam?
Nerves. I'm very nervous. I need soothing and companionship. My husband is away and
Have you been recommended to us by any doctor in particular, ma'am?
No, and I don't know why that should matter. I want a trained nurse. I was at your hospital for my appendix 2 years ago. I mean, I do plan to pay this person for coming.
We quite understand that, madam, but these are war times, you know. Registered nurses are very scarce just now, and our superintendent asked us to send people out only on cases where the physician in charge feels it is absolutely necessary.
It is absolutely necessary. I'm a sick woman, and I'm very upset. Very. I'm an invalid, and I'm all alone. And I overheard this phone call that's upset me about a woman being murdered. When a train crosses a bridge, and if you don't send someone to be with me right away, I'm gonna go out of my mind completely!
I'll let Miss Phillips know when she comes in. What's your name, ma'am?
Miss Phillips, when do you expect her to come in?
I really couldn't say. She just went out for supper at 11.
11? It's not 11 yet. Oh no, my clock stopped. I thought it was running down. What time is it?
It's just 15 minutes past 11.
What was that?
What was what?
That click. That click on the phone. As though somebody had lifted the receiver off the hook on the downstairs extension telephone.
I didn't hear anything, ma'am. How about that nurse?
But I did. There's somebody in my house. There's somebody downstairs in the kitchen. They're listening. They're listening in. I won't touch it. I won't dial out. I'll just be quiet, and then they'll think. But if I don't call now, while they're still downstairs, there'll be no time. I've got to get that operator.
Your call, please.
Operator, I'm in desperate trouble. Operator.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. Please speak louder.
What you've got to, I can't talk any louder. There's somebody listening to me. Can you hear me now?
I'm sorry.
Please, I can't talk any louder. Can you hear me? Please, you gotta help me. There's somebody in my house. There's somebody coming. They're gonna try to murder me. You gotta get me in touch with the police. Oh, he put down the phone. Oh no. I can hear him. He's coming up the stairs. You gotta get the police.
One moment, please. I will connect you.
Okay. Hurry. Oh God, please, hurry. I can hear him. Oh God, please hurry. Oh
Police station. Precinct 43.
Police department, so sorry. I must have gotten the wrong number. Don't worry. Everything's okay.
While things did not turn out too well for Mrs. Stevenson, rest assured the author of tonight's tale has spared you the embarrassment of including a song written by the producer's wife. Mr. Stevenson, on the other hand, did not completely escape justice. He moved to California with his secretary Marge, where he became a councilman in San Diego City Council.
Sorry Wrong Number was originally produced and broadcast live by Columbia Broadcasting on May 25th, 1943, starring the legendary actress of the legitimate theater, Miss Agnes Moorehead. Michael Wynn directed Miss Ruth Godley, Philip Van Alphen, and John Chalmers in tonight's reprise. This is your announcer, Tim Evans.
fly, to fly.